Hi, you're listening to the Value Cafe podcast. I'm your host, Esther Opone, aka The Value Adder. Here, I hold laid-back conversations with friends across a variety of topics as we share lessons from our personal life journeys with the ultimate aim to connect, learn, and gain value while we have fun. So, if you are in for an authentic and valuable experience, relax and enjoy the show. Hi everybody, welcome to a very special episode on the Value Cafe podcast. Just in case you are not in my inner circle and you happen not to know already, well, today is my birthday and I have a special guest with me. Okay, how do I introduce him like this? Anyway, it's the person that knew that I was going to be born on November 9 and decided to steal my date ahead so that I can claim that I was the one that stole his date. So with me today I have my eldest brother actually, who also happens to be born today, and so we are birthday mates, and I decided to be like, why not drag my fellow Bible person onto this episode with me. And so officially, welcome to the show, Victor Opone, aka McEpha, aka Mr. Spontaneous, aka what else again? Anyway, put your voice.
Hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining the Value Cafe. It's nice for me to actually join, the gathering of those who add value to people's lives. I mean, it's quite exciting. I'm super proud of my sister. It's been amazing how much input she has put into our lives.
Oh,
and she's made us smile,
Look at that.
But then, sometimes we don't want her to feel too proud and, her head should not be swelling.
I beg you. Of all days, today is the day when my head should be swelling.
Okay. Alright, but thanks for having me though.
Thank you so much for coming, because it's not easy to get star boy on our show. Do you want to introduce yourself, or should I be reading your bio?
What bio? There's nothing. I don't do much.
Okay, so like me is actually a podcaster too, and
the PlayZone podcast.
PlayZone, yeah. So anything.
Sports,
entertainment, music, football, all of those things. You shall see, once the show starts the whole over the weekend we had Manchester United versus blah blah blah.
Please don't start. Don't even start with. If you want to call names, call good names. Don't start with those kind of clubs, huh?
It doesn't let them come and meet you.
What's that?
Okay, so thank you so much for joining me on the show today. I beg you, let's drop all that. Eshe, thank you, Egbon.
Okay, move on.
Okay, moving on. So, I just want to start with this question. This is going to be like nice, smooth conversation, right?
Are you sure? Because that mood you have entered now. You want to ask me a question?
Don't worry, it's not going to be too deep. Okay. But okay, let me start with this. How do you feel like, living with someone like me, like this pretty little angel?
Now so now.
And like, I'm even now, I just decided to, share your birthday with you and all. Like,
you had to force it.
Please let the listeners know how honored.
Excuse me,
how honored
you were in heaven. You saw how wholesome I was on earth, and you said you want to come and share.
No, it's not that. I decided to come and spice things up. I mean, but then express how honored you feel. Like, feel free.
Wait, before I express, I think, today is our parents' wedding anniversary.
Yes, actually. See, these people, I think they were doing Valentine's Day. Because...
I'm not there.
Because...
I'm not there. No, it's not everything that you are picking, see that you say.
But anyway, kudos to them. It was well planned, and look at us, here we are today.
Alright, so about expressions, I think a lot of things already speak for themselves. I mean, everyone who is listening to this podcast already knows how wholesome Esther Opone is. And Yeah, they don't call her Queen Adasa for nothing. She's the one who adds values to people's lives. I mean, I'm out there sometimes and, someone just comes up and say, hey, your sister is Esther, right? I say, yes. I live from the surname. Wow, you're blessed. And I say, yeah, thank you. I'm so blessed. I know that already.
Oh, look at that. But, there was a time I used to be like, hey, God, these brothers of mine, they should not go and do something that someone wants to come and be them outside. Because sometimes some people actually stop me and be like, wait, do you know a certain Victor? Do you know a certain Caleb? That's our other brother's name. And I'm like, what did they do now?
You're making it sound like people always come up with some. No, when they talk about us outside, they always talk about us on good terms now.
It's true. We are people of integrity.
So yeah, I'm putting this out there for everyone who wants to know. Our late parents, they brought us up well. They trained us well.
Yeah.
I think I'm super proud of each of my siblings, and I know that they are proud of me, myself, and I.
Yep.
And I know that we are still going places. So a huge thank you to our parents, and also to each and every one of you out there who's helped us grow and develop and, get
our
better.
Our supporters,
our fans.
Our SCs.
Alright. Yeah, so expressions. I don't know, how to actually explicitly and completely describe Esther, but I know that she's awesome. She's great. She actually helped me develop some parts of myself.
Oh, yeah. This should have been a video. So, thank God it's not a video. See me, because I'm blushing.
Yeah, because she helped me learn some things the tough way. She showed me tough love. She also showed me soft love. Yeah.
I'm not tough. I'm a soft person.
If you knew us some years back, you would think, will these people ever be able to sit in the same room?
God.
We used to have fights and all that.
Silly fights.
Yeah, silly fights and all that. But thankfully, it helped us to grow to become better.
We grew up, became mature, became adults.
Shut up.
Okay, so thank you so much for the encomium. Is that correct English?
Adulations, encomiums.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and frankly too, I've actually learned a lot from you because this journey you have been on, especially in the media space, I know how persistent you have been, and the people and all of those things, and yeah, it's I'm honored to be your baby sister, and this dude legit gasses me up like. I don't know. It's not like over family. God. So I'll just post innocent picture, or just randomly send him, JPEG as per, let me brighten up your day. I know that.
She used to flood my gallery. You flood my gallery with pictures that I did not solicit for.
But are you not always grateful? No, confess.
I cannot categorically speak.
Imagine, you're going about your day. Maybe the day has been bland, been work, or it's boring or bad, and then you see bright picture. You see fine girl. You see something from sure you get, and then this guy got she's
even having audacity to call me this guy. She's going and calling me this guy. Anyway,
So anyway, now back to the serious stuff.
Okay.
No, I really just so reflections and all of that. So we've gone through. Every year has always been something interesting happening. Every year, and if I start tracing it back from 2018, 2019, our birthday was
mixed feelings. We
thank the Lord.
In 2018 was crazy. Yeah.
It was crazy. 2019, 2020 especially was very hard, and now we are here in 2021. This is pretty much relatively one birthday that has been how do I explain this? That's ordinary.
Is it ordinary? No, it's not.
No, somewhat, because last year was we were just coming out of something. We are still in
I
it.
get you now.
So this year is something that
is more subdued than the previous one.
It's not tied to an event happening. Like 2018 was like all of us were running around WCH. Sure, you get that kind of thing, and sure you get and all of that. So, but then looking back, I would like to know, like, as a first child, as an egbon, as a guy, as a man, shege, and as a regular human being, like all of us, like, what is one thing that stood out majorly for you? Or let me not say that what is one thing. I wouldn't like to cage you, but if you were going to say, this was how my year went, this was one major lesson I learned, this was one major low point and one major high point for me. So that's like 3 in 1, right? So what would it be?
Okay. First off, I need you to understand that you have asked me a question and you have gone ahead to put into separate entities some things that would actually end up being, clumped up into one, because I can't separate the regular guy from the firstborn or the male child, or the orphan, all of that. I can't remove them categorically now. But I would say this year has been a whirlwind, so to speak, and it's been massive for me because I think it's quite, thinking about it, it's been quite a journey, and I'm really grateful for everyone who's been with me on this journey, especially my siblings, because it's been tough. I mean, career-wise, financially, health-wise. Not like I've been in the hospital and all of that, but, mental health especially, looking around me, I started to learn some things, and then I got more understanding and comprehension of some things that I used to, wave, a bit. I also learned a lot more about relationships with people. I mean, it's been crazy, because, maybe I should just spit it out here now. I mean, this was the year that I went from one gig, one job to another, and then lost 2 jobs almost at the same time. And I felt like I was doing something, yet like I was not worth it. Like maybe, just maybe, I'm not good enough for all these things. And, I had to actually look inwards, search myself, listen to different things, and, pick myself up from wherever. At some point, I also had to stop myself from thinking about negative things, which, usually, if you know me, I don't usually want to dwell on negative things or vibes. But this year, I caught myself doing that a lot, and I had to snatch myself up. And thankfully, I'm in one place where I never expected to be. I'm talking about, career now, employment. And even though I never expected to be in there, I have been enjoying that short time I've been there. I've been enjoying it, and I've been trying to think of ways to make it bigger. And that's what to people who have known me, down the line, and people who have been following me recently. So I must say this year has been really, really crazy, because inside of all the negative things that have happened to me this year, I think I've learned so many things, how to stay stronger, even though I used to think I was very strong. How to stay stronger.
Until you see something that was shaky.
How to stay stronger. And, for what it's worth, I don't know how some people never saw that something shook me. But some things did shake me this year. And I thank God for God. So if I would describe this year and, use something like you mentioned, I think I would say that my overall lesson is that God is God. I mean it in every way. God is God. God is great. God is big. God is the whole scene. God is the one who sets plans in motions. Even when you are going through dark times, I think it should be noted.
Motivates me.
Shut up. What I just know is God knows what He has planned for you. God knows what He's using those people in your lives to do. each step of the way, whether it be dark, whether it be something, just go out there with a positive spirit and let God do his thing. That's just what I've seen this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of service for today.
You don't want us to do that.
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing that again. Although I did notice, and of course we've had conversations.
I must mention that one of the reasons why I said God is because God gave me these awesome siblings. God, gave us the parents that taught us how to hold each other down. I mean, there are times I did not speak. There are times I did not. And this young daughter of mine, this my Pekin here, she will just pick up the phone and send me some text messages or WhatsApp messages or place a call through, and some random lines would come and
don't forget the picture.
Okay. And then there's my brother, my younger brother too. Sometimes he's looking like he's aloof, but he's studying you.
That one.
He's always he's studying you. You'll be doing like you not see anything. He will just be there, and then you just sometimes he might not even call you for a long while, but that moment when you speak with him, you just get something from him, and you feel like you're alive. You feel like living is worth it. You feel like, yeah, I'm the best in the world. I think I love my siblings so much.
Yeah, we love you too. I think
you guys heard that.
Okay, so I think this year I think it was a year of how do I explain?
That sigh.
So I experienced a lot of things this year. There were a lot of high points, there were a lot of low points, and there were a lot of blur points like let's be going through the motions, and then it was a year that the hard part of growth. Of course, I've always been committed to like growth and all of those things, but the hard part of the process aspect of it, like it really came down to earth. Like for me, like I was like starting from like last year, I said I was going to be very serious with my spirituals and all of those things we committed and then of course I'm currently serving and there's a lot of questions around, okay, what next? Career, there's so many opportunities open right now, and you're like, oh God, like you're so overwhelmed. And then there's also this aspect of finances, there's the jackpot vibes around, there's the old Nigerian government is out to frustrate you vibe. There's you get that kind, there's just so many things, and then sticking through it when everything is challenging, when everything is, I think, boring.
Or just going, just moving like
at some point
that.
I'm just being like, see, you go do alright. And then, of course, there are times when you need just a quick pick me up. Someone would call you, someone would send a random message, you see someone's status. I think this was the year where I decided I was going to be on deep. On deep in quotes, like initially I was always wondering, I was always like big on and not flooding people with my WhatsApp status and like just posting really before all the things you see on my status is just flyers, events, opportunities.
God, she blessed us.
But this year I was like, auntie, make yourself happy. Not every time. Deep. So I'll see joke somewhere, I will post. I'll see Kiniko somewhere, I will laugh, I will post. I'll see video, I'll see JPEG, I'll post. I'll see my friend glowing in this house. Let me bless the world with this blessing I have received too. And
I think I want to ask you a question.
Shoot.
Okay, so there's something we used to do, and I think at some point last year we went heavy on it, but this year it's reduced. And I want to know why, because it's not just a question, it's like accusation. It's like, I want to take you to last year we did a lot of watching of Trevor Noah. This year
Corona happened.
you slide me small. Like we usually have our favorite spots on the dining table that we sit down and we binge watch. But this year, all those schools and this thing, you not do it. I'm saying it in front of everybody that's
adult
listening.
sin, right? Adult sin happened a lot because there were times when we didn't really.
We weren't really home. together.
Sure, you get that kind of thing, and we're just home and we're tired. So we just
Everybody needs.
everybody will just lock up. Sometimes it's even be chat to use and send one another message that have you locked the gate? Are we still pumping water? So some of those, and I think that's another thing I learned, that even if some things might change, I think I started making efforts to do some mundane things. Like things that were not so over the top, that were not, like instead of waiting for that big moment when you have time to do a lot of like the mini little things, you just like, oh, I'm coming from work, I bought roasted corn, and then knock on the door, share fell, and we'll share, and then we eat, we'll just small, how far with your new episode, how far this, how far that, blah, 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 and then of course, we also bond over nice egusi. This guy makes, even though he punishes me in other food areas, I'm not going to shade you here, but at least we compensate with the egusi part and all. And so,
you know I cook well, except for the times
only egusi. That's what you know how to cook.
No, I disagree.
Let's forget.
I strongly, I vehemently, anyways, continue.
I have records.
It's because of the Old Testament that I followed in some places. Don't worry.
It is well. So that's basically it, and I'm grateful for where we are now. Like, we are not perfect. We are still struggling with a lot of things. We are still trying to like learn and grow and all of those things. There are times when I want to actually rant and lash out at you and all of those things. But then, I mean, look at us now. But then, so moving forward, what are you looking forward to in this new year of your life? I'm sorry, no pressure. Like, I'm not really big on the new year, new me kind of raw. Really, what are you looking forward to?
Growth, more growth. That's what I'm looking forward to. Because I think I'm at this stage where I used to be big on seeing the bigger picture, widening my horizon. But this year has taught me quite a number of things, and my eyes have la. And so, given that, I feel like I have more direction on things I want to do, things I want to see happening in my life. I think that I am more ready, and so I want to see more growth. I want to see myself doing things actually, not just going through the motions or letting things happen to me. You know, in some of the places I have seen that happen before. I think I want to be more intentional about the things I do and how I go about them. And I also think that I've not been blessing people enough with what I have, with my being, with my talents, and also putting this out there, I think I want to go to church more.
Please. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Let's move.
We thank the Lord. No, I've been praying for you, brother, and it's really making it sound like I want to sing that like that. But yeah, that's actually something that I'm looking forward to, And also, you should also be thinking, you did not even mention marriage.
Shall we pay ma? Olúwa wà pẹ̀lú yín.
He's not mention marriage. Come on, do fast though.
He's not. See, people of God, I am here to tell Esther that if she wants to do her own, she should go fast. I'm not ready yet. I'm not balanced and settled enough. I need to get to a certain stage before I can press those buttons.
The stage where when you eventually have your kids, you'd be too tired to run around the garden with them. That kind of stage, Abby.
Can we move on?
Okay.
I think I need to ask you also, what are you looking forward to, in this new phase?
More of being on deep, being deeply on deep.
Yeah, this deep, liquid deep. What's that? Deep Diplo, talk to me.
Of flexing and not like overthinking things, and like just living. I'm enjoying a lot of ordinary things these days, and celebrating my friends, celebrating things that
appreciating things more.
Yeah, appreciating things, enjoying the the little things that work out, right? And of course, looking forward to greater things to come. Also, being the best. Like the opportunities I've been able to get so far. Like, being that, that it's girl, like, wow. Esther came in here and she delivered. That kind of vibe.
That stamp. When we go to some schools and you see Esther was here.
Sure, you get that kind of thing. And of course, growing deeper in my Christian walk. I'm saying a lot of deeper and deeper to do. But like going, like really, I don't want to use deeper, but I think I'm going to stronger. Yes, English came to my rescue. Like going stronger in my Christian walk, especially, and that's one thing I've been very, very, very deliberate about. And like I've been building a lot of my decisions and moves around, like my timetable, sure you get that kind of thing. If you are close enough to me, on certain days of the week, you don't expect me to be available for some things because and all of those things. So yeah, that, and also of course my circle, being more intentional about it, right? Yeah. Like my friends and all of those things. Like I've experienced like some different levels of friendships this year. By this year I meant the last 1 year of my life and all that, and I've just been exposed to, wow, there's more to this friendship thing. Like you feel like a good enough person, a good enough friend and all of those things, but like when you see how life eats you, especially now that we are all adults and all of those things, and you just know that, wow, people can be there for you, can pull through for you and all of those things, and you can also be that for other people. And yeah, so I want to be more of that person. Again, enjoy life, be a baby girl, be excited about the tiny little things, hype myself, give myself reality checks, and also of course keep evolving and being better and all of those things. So of course, making more strategic moves now.
Yes,
money moves.
I was waiting for that.
And then this podcast also, like, I know I promised a lot with this season, but I could do so much more than I'm doing currently, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But again, at the end of the day, there's no pressure. I'm not heaping that to stuff on myself. Just enjoying. I feel like I'm rambling, but like
you're not rambling. You're not rambling actually.
And all of that. For me, it's going to be year 24. Hey Jesus, 2 decades and a quarter of a decade. No, it's not a quarter of a decade. No, 2 decades and 4 years. I try. We have tried. What about you?
I'm young enough. I'm a young guy.
Very. But you don't have to say it if you don't want to say it.
I'm 5 years older than she is.
Yeah, just 5 years.
He said just. Laura, Loja now. No, go and buy it in the market now. Nonsense.
Okay. Of course, because I'm so no. You shall get the vibe. People use 1 day or 1 minute and all. So speaking of it, as per our egbo, our papa, our daddy, what advice would you have for me, a young, upcoming, small girl like me? I mean, who has not seen life like you have seen life?
Sorry, Omami.
Mami.
Ibita Adilawi. Ibita Wiladi. Yorùbá tí ń sọ mí kàn. Sorry, bó tí ń ṣe ni o máa ṣe.
Ese o bá mi.
Ó dàgbà, ó dògbò.
Àmì o.
Ó sànjọ́.
Àmì.
Oh, no.
For the sake of those that don't understand. Sorry o.
Yeah, I'm praying for her. I don't know. I don't think. Well, you need advice, but sometimes I look at you and I feel like maybe you don't really need advice.
Wow.
At some point, I almost felt like She's got life figured out on her own.
I don't.
But I think you should just keep being you. I mean, you are someone who is open to learning. You have the strong will to keep on going and be persistent. You have several things in your grasp that will push you through life. And to be honest, yeah, a lot of times I really, really appreciate and respect you. So I think you should just keep on being you. Keep on being passionate about the things you're passionate about. Keep on growing. I think that's the way to go in life. And I know that your heart desires will be met. And I also think that you should give me advice, because it's not only in this generation that we are in, it's not only older generation that can advise. The younger one can also tell you that excuse me, sir, you are driving in the poto, go back and go and park in that place.
Okay. Number one advice for you is that you should go and marry.
Get out.
Yeah, not getting.
Just get out.
Okay, but on a serious note, I think that so far, especially in the last few months, it's like all the things that you've been like working on and all of them, they're finally coming around. They're coming together and all of those things. So I would say that again, it's also, for me, it's also going to be a charge to keep up with the persistence and all of those things, to keep up with the persistence and of course, like in the right direction. Sure you get.
Yeah. And
all of that. Then, again, be prepared for, I don't know if it's not going to be scary or anything, but be prepared for even more challenges. And, it's just like constantly reminding yourself that the ones that you've been having so far, that you've been pulling through and all of those things, they were, whatever comes your way, you've built capacity to handle it and all. And we also remember to remember that you have support systems and yeah, all of that. Also, be going to church, be praying, reading your Bible, be doing all of those things, be doing all these good boy things too. Sure you get, continue doing them. You have started, continue doing them. More kerosene, but no matter how much we think that we have grown or that we know, and there's always better that we can be.
Yeah,
there's always
definitely
ways we can improve in terms of our relationships, in terms of communication. Yes, communication.
Okay.
Which is almost always the crux of our fights and all of that. So there's always better to do, better ways to do things and all of that. And yeah, so generally, also again, never forgetting that you have people, you have and being open again to learning, being open to the process. So it's easy to say that we want to grow, we want to become better, but then the process, the part that is not glamorous, the part that people don't see, is usually the hardest one. And why do I feel like I'm always aspire to inspire people? But you shall get the
You
point.
already aspire to inspire. It remains to be wearing turtleneck and one jacket,
black and white.
Yes.
But you get, and so yeah. And I would also advise that you feature me on your podcast one day. Even though I know next to nothing apart from breaking up arguments between you and the other bobo.
Okay, this is
for the sport part, but
I think one of my next few episodes, definitely, since we have this thing, the way you find music,
yeah, we can just do live, like,
so we could vibe on that. I mean, you practically were the one who introduced me to NF, and I've been blessed since. And I got stuck on the Cavemen and then South to Soul. So I think
we rise by lifting others. Kill our if I don't introduce you to good music. So anyway, wow, we've talked for how long? So any sign off notes?
Sign off notes.
I think we should sing happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to
really?
us. Happy birthday, happy
Seriously?
birthday. Happy birthday to us. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And again, I've been having a conversation, a kind of reflection.
I've been having a conversation with the value of the
noise making series.
Really?
Well, I mean,
if they left us to this, I think we should go on for hours.
We could go on for hours.
Okay.
But then I have some people. So when we're recording this, fun facts, it's like night. And I know there are some people that they are waiting for that 12 a.m. to do first to call. First to wish happy birthday. I see you. I just want to know that if you were not one of those people that made it to the call, it's fine. I understand. Human nature, sleep.
Wait, you people have people that call you around 12 a.m.? Like, you keep your phone. Well, if I'm not awake that time, Sha.
If I am awake. Last year, I picked off my phone. After the early morning call, that someone called me. I
remember. There was 1 year that I was traveling down from Lagos. I went somewhere and I called you at 11:59 just to make it 12. Yeah. It was long ago, but I remember now. So, yeah, thank you very much, guys, for joining us
on this episode.
Yeah, so she didn't finish the introductions the other time. I am Victor Opone. They also call me Victor McEpha or DJ McEpha. Well, aside being a sports presenter and a podcaster, I also anchor events. And sometimes when you see me out there at some parties, I'm the hype man. And if I'm not doing that, well, you might find me acting, pretending to act.
Voice.
Okay, voice acting. Yeah, movies too. Featured in 1 or 2. And what else? Yeah, DJing.
I've actually been inside Monzayo film. But story for another day.
Okay. Alright, nice.
Alright, thank you so much for joining us, and I actually had fun. Maybe one day, of course, which one is even maybe one day, I'm going to have you on again too. Have all of those conversations again. I mean, like, we've talked on a lot of things on surface level things and all of that. Yeah. So this is supposed to be lightweight, and so we are not going to delve into the deep stuff. But sooner or later, Sha.
Yeah, and this is your deep.
So so thank you so much for joining us on this special birthday episode. Thank you for listening through to all the several minutes of this. I know that it's because you love us that you have listened, and I'm sure you had fun too. So again, I remain your host, Esther Opone, aka the Valuada. Apart from all of those things, primarily, please remember that I am also a baby girl. I am some people's younger sister, baby sister, actually, one and only sister, and all of those things. And yeah, thank you so much for.
How many thank yous do we do?
Okay. So, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode, and keep us in your prayers as we are clocking, wonderful new ages and all of that. So, this is the point where I finally sign out. Thank you, finally, brethren. I feel like I'm Apostle Paul. All right, thank you so much once again, and I'll see you next episode. Bye. Thank you for sticking through with this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you gained 1 or 2 things from this, chances are your friends will too. So make sure to share and invite them to come again next time. And yes, I would really love to hear from you. So feel free to shoot me a mail at thevaluecafepod@gmail.com or send a DM at thevaluecafepod on Instagram and Twitter. You can also leave a comment or record a voice message depending on the podcast streaming platform you are using. Thank you once again. I remain your host, Esther, aka The Value Adder. See you next episode and keep adding value. Bye.